Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Nine Sim. Hope you are good. I came across a video where this silly person was like, waiting for Daddy Trump to declare and invite us veterans back to active duty. Like, see how a full-grown man is calling someone that I don't know daddy. What kind of stupid talk is that? And somebody is dating this man, and so this is might actually be somebody's husband or boyfriend. I really feel so bad for some people. Now, let me tell us this. You see, racism is very expensive. Some people do not understand this. To some people, it is okay for them to do something and get away with it, like voting someone with how many felonies and all that. And they are fine with it. Black people cannot even move or do anything being black. But these people go around doing heinous, like the most atrocious things ever, get away free with it. And look at JD Vance out there barking like a toothless dog. But when things are going wrong, I really do wish that all these people that they promise peace, Palestinians and all that, I hope you people are seeing what he is doing, because now you all took Kamala Harris so serious that she was even the president while she was the vice president. I am not seeing you people blaming this man that looks like a baby doll. You guys are not blaming him over what is going on, but then blame Kamala Harris so bad that she was the foundation of everything. I hope you all are seeing it where it goes. Let's get into this video.
Sir, sir, sir. You know that you can Google your local recruiting station and join, right? I'm seeing a bunch of TikToks of vets talking about, oh yeah, start this war, invite me back. I'm ready to go back. Wait. So let me get straight. You need a war to happen and an invite from the president himself to join. Let me guess, you got out on some unfavorable terms, right? You know what? Let's not be negative about this. Pretty sure it wasn't anything of that sort. Could have been a medical discharge. Is that it? Was it a medical discharge? Because you can fix that. You can fix that. All you gotta do is just roll into a recruiter office, sign documentation saying you waive your disability percentages and monthly checks, and you're willing to give up that handicap sticker. There's that fix. Was it COVID? Did you get out because of COVID? I got it. A lot of people, have their religion and their religious background. They're like, yo, I can't do this. It goes against my religion. Even though the stuff that y'all claimed that was in it wasn't actually in it. It was actually in the flu shot, but y'all took that willy-nilly. But hey, maybe you didn't get the memo. They opened up the floodgates for y'all to come back in. The deal sucked. But hey, you could have came back in. You didn't want to do that? Were you put out for some nefarious stuff like drug use? Because I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure after you do a couple of months of random drug testing and show proof that you're clean, I'm sure there's a waiver somewhere. I don't know for sure, but go down to your recruiter station and find out. Go ahead and find out. Did you get out on normal terms and you was hanging around at the local VFW talking about your time in the military, trying to present yourself as an operator, high-speed soldier? I've been to combat. And when people's like, yo, where's your combat patch? You're like, I don't have one of those. Start a war so I have a chance to get a combat pack. I'm just saying, why wait for a war to start off? Because if you wait for the war to start off and then you join, some of y'all look like you've been out for a hot minute. You're probably going to have to do basic training again. NAIT. That's weeks. That's weeks of you missing out on this war that you so vehemently want to join. If you start now, hopefully before something pops off, you went through basic, you went through AIT, you made it to your unit. Hopefully it's a deployable unit. I'm pretty sure if you sit and say, I want to go to Pratt, I want to go to Drum, send me to Hood, send me to Carson, send me to JBLM. Those are highly deployable fucking units. I'm pretty sure they'll send you to any one of them. And when you get through all the training, you get there and something pops off, boom, you're ready to go. You're ready to fucking go. So don't sit here and wait for war to pop off. Join now. Take your ass down to a recruiter station. Don't talk about it. Fucking be about it. I tell y'all what, when I retire, y'all will never, ever, ever see me break out my uniform again, wishing for fucking war to happen, which would be a means for me to come back in, because who the hell wishes for war just to feel good about themselves? I've been there. I've done that. I got the combat patch, the stripes, whatever deployment awards came with that shit, and whatever disability percentages that came with being exposed to 4 combat tours. No, I'm good. Wouldn't wish war on anybody just to feel good about myself. And if there's folks out there, still out there, posting videos like this guy did, talking about, put me back in, coach. Take your ass down to your local VA and schedule an appointment with a therapist, because apparently you got some unresolved issues and can't adjust to civilian life for whatever goddamn reason it is. Get that shit fixed.
I really do think that what's going on in the world right now has hopefully opened a lot of eyes to what racism looks like and what happens when we lead with racism. A lot of us have been trying to find justifications for what's going on in Israel, what's going on in Iran, what's going on in America, what's going on in the world. And it really comes down to racism. And the fact that many people still can't see that is just crazy. When we talk about immigrants in America, and then at the same time give 30 plus white South Africans special refugee status to come into America, you really have to ask yourself, is it about immigration or is it about skin color? When we talk about Iran recently bombing a hospital, and then you have an Israeli spokesperson saying, you know, if they can target a hospital, they can target anyone. Meanwhile, over 30 hospitals in Gaza have been bombed by Israel. And everyone's like, well, it's because, you know, we're trying to find tunnels. It's racism. A brown person does it, it's terrorism. It's illegal. Just come the right way. When a white person does it, well, you know, they're just defending national security. It's an exception, not the rule. I mean, we really have to sit down and ask ourselves this question. Why is it that the media, major politicians, governments will spin conversations and angles when it's a brown person doing something, a black person doing something, and give grace when a white person doesn't or a white government does it? I mean, guys, we really need to just call it what the fuck it is, which is blatant racism. And until we can have that conversation, we're just gonna be fucking spinning in circles, chasing each other's fucking tails.
Breaking news that is indeed breaking. The moment we all been waiting for has finally arrived. The propaganda speeches, Trump made sure that he wasn't the one that gave it. He said them motherfuckers ripped me a whole new asshole. JD, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and tag in. He tagged in JD Vance to give this goofy ass speech. Y'all know I got the video. Okay, I'm gonna show you exactly what the hell he said.
We didn't
This
even
is what he
attack
says about
military
Iran.
targets outside of the 3 nuclear weapons facilities that we thought were important to accomplish our goal of preventing Iran from having a nuclear weapon.
Outside
so how
of
Iran responds, I think, is ultimately the ball is in their court. But if you look at what we did, it was very precise, very narrowly tailored to our objective. And if the Iranians decide to expand this, then that's ultimately their decision, and the President of the United States will respond in kind. We'll empathize with Americans who are exhausted after 25 years of foreign entanglements in the Middle East. I understand the concern, but the difference is that back then we had dumb presidents, and now we have a president who actually knows how to accomplish America's national security objectives. So this is not going to be some long, drawn-out thing. We've got in, we've done the job of setting their nuclear program back. We're going to now work to permanently dismantle that nuclear program over the coming years, and that is what the president has set out to do. Simple principle. Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. That has animated American policy over the past 130 days. It's going to continue to be a driving force of our...
First of all, there were so many things. First of all, let me just say this. That was some top tier gaslighting right there. That was some time telling, final boss level manipulation. Huh? That was some top tier narcissism. Loud and proud, right in front of our faces. I'm going to just go ahead and let you know this right now, JD. We're not buying your bullshit. We're not buying it. We're not buying any of it. Whatever you and Donnie and Wig and all the Wig and Company is selling, we're not buying it. You, Wig and Company, can get to stepping. Y'all can kiss it where the sun don't shine. Y'all can kick the biggest boulder you can find. Do you understand me? This is the dumbest shit that I've heard since George Bush having an excuse as to why he didn't help them people in Katrina. Different situations, same level of stupidity. And I'm quite certain that's precisely what you are leaning towards. But let me help you out, okay? Because while it is the same level of stupidity, I'm not sure why you think all of a sudden that you have some moral authority to control what the hell Iran does and does not do. The bottom line is you embarrass the hell out of America. You embarrass the hell out of America. You went against congressional approval. You went against the American people who you're supposed to be representing. You went against our Constitution and went above any chain of command and around any chain of command. You acted solely, you and Wig and company acted solely on behalf of your pockets and your own monetary and financial interests, not in the interest of the American people, not in the interest of the free world, not in the interest of anyone that has literally put their hand above their heart and took that oath and said the Pledge of Allegiance. You did not act in our best interest. In fact, you put all of our lives in danger and think that you don't have to answer for that and that you can give us a gaslighting, cookie cutter speech that y'all have given numerous times over and over since the 1980s all the way to the early 2000s, once you started being held accountable for the continuous wars that you have been profiting off of for way longer than I was alive. Ain't we supposed to sit back and believe you? We supposed to say the energy you're giving in this is a narcissist in real time. And the worst part about it is you actually think that you have a soapbox or something to stand on and that you don't have to answer for the crimes that you have just committed. You will be held accountable. You will be held accountable. You and Donald Trump and company will be held the fuck accountable. Don't think that we don't realize how y'all been rolling back all of a sudden those ICE raids from the farms, from the food places, and all the things that you need. You need slaves, and you also don't want to be here alone without having those extra hands. And now we're watching y'all roll back on a lot of the shit that y'all did over there. And just so you and Donald Trump overseas in the Middle East, and just so you and Donald Trump don't look stupid or even dumber than you already look, you're trying to double down, which is making you in this entire country look even more dumb. I'm telling you, Buki, we're not buying it. You want to know why? Because Iran has already proved themselves smarter, way more intelligent. And just so we're clear, Iran invented chess. I'm not sure why you thought, as the student in the much younger nation, you could outsmart them at their own game. Baby, they took a page out of your own playbook just to show you how dumb you look, just to show you how goofy you are. And they turned around and played right back in your face. We have a first-hand witness that was there at the site within an hour from y'all bombing it. He went out to the site at 3 a.m. this morning, and he said all he could see was an ambulance crew there, that of which Iran has already told us that some people were injured and were taken directly to the hospital, that of which the majority of them, a good 75% of them, were only there to get checked out to make sure they didn't have any serious injuries, and they were dispatched. They were sent home. There were no real injuries. There was nothing really destroyed. There was nothing really bad going on. It's just an embarrassing ass moment for America. It's an embarrassing ass moment for the entire American government. It's embarrassing, and you're too weak and pathetic to actually admit, hey, we were wrong. Everybody that is supporting you that helped you do this has come forward and admitted we were wrong. We also advised against it. They did what the hell they wanted to do regardless. And yet you sit there and threaten, have the audacity, the unmitigated gall to sit up there and threaten Iran another time after they showed you in the entire world your own arrogance and ego. I think it's time that we get them out of the White House. I think that's the time. Right now is the time. Before this gets any worse, it's time for us to take this into our own hands and get them up out that White House. You can't do the job that you were not selected to do because none of us voted for you. Okay, y'all cheated your way into that White House. You can't do the job, the position that you're currently in. You don't need to be there. You gotta go. You gotta go. You, Wig and company, and everybody that voted for y'all, get to stepping. Y'all got to get, and I mean ASAP. And the worst part about it is Iran has already pretty much let it be known, like, tonight is going to be tonight. Tonight I'm going to be handing out ass whoopings and lollipops, and I'm fresh out of lollipops. Like, y'all going to see what's up. y'all gonna see what's up. And you're still doubling down. You're still finding ways to try and make the situation a lot worse, despite you looking like a goddamn fool, a dumbass in front of the whole world. Mind you, this is not your territory. It's not even your hemisphere of the world. America doesn't even exist in that hemisphere of the world. And you over there sniffing around, shooting that shit, ain't hitting the damn target. Meanwhile, they blowing the roof seams and beams off of Israel's whole top. They peeled that whole cat back blue. Y'all saw the pictures. Nothing but the skeletons left. And you gonna double down? You know what? I know this is a wig. I know this is his doing and his instruction. JD Vance went up there to give that. He gave that speech confidently, like he's still himself struggling to believe the lies that he's telling, and that's all right, Buki. That's all right. But what I will say is, wig, at this point, you need to come out and you need to smooth this shit over and make it better. You need to find a way to make this shit better before it gets a lot worse. Like China said, the world can move on without America. The world will be just fine. In fact, the world will probably do a lot better without America. Y'all better smooth this shit over before shit start looking goofy. Or goofier, I should say, because Iran just voted to close their entire government just voted to close the Strait of Hormuz, threatening global oil supply. For those who don't understand, this is the area where the majority of a lot of the world's oil comes from. Now, they might not all purchase from Iran, like America. They don't purchase from Iran, but a lot of them do use this strait to pretty much cut down on some of the traffic and some of the mileage they would have to do in order to get the oil tankers back to America. So it's similar as them, going through the Red Sea as opposed to going all the way around Africa. It's just another shortcut, and it also ensures that the prices on our oils stay low. They have just closed it. So get ready for everybody to sit their ass home, because gas is about to go through the goddamn roof. And you have JD Vance and his arrogance, as well as Donald Trump, to thank for that. Don't forget Israel.
The Iranians attack us, they're going to be met with overwhelming force. And I don't think the president could be clear about this. If you look at what we did yesterday, John, we did not attack the nation of Iran. We did not attack any civilian targets. We didn't even attack military targets outside of the 3 nuclear weapons facilities that we thought were important to accomplish our goal of preventing Iran from having a nuclear weapon.
No, you're not crazy. That is a form of gaslighting. And also, it's worked. It's worked. Politicians don't do things that haven't worked before. The question you probably have, that I have right now as well, is, does this still work on anyone else, right? Because Iran has responded. And as you can see, CNBC here, they've sent some missiles at U.S. military bases in Qatar. Now, the thing is, I'm hearing some conflicting reports about whether or not there was any damages versus where they all intercepted. And we're praying for our men in service that are on that base. Now, I thought about it long and hard as someone who kind of, I guess, studied geopolitics to a certain extent, right? And I was like, how do I break this down to regular people that don't give a damn about studying the little nuances to these things? And I have a concept, all right? And the concept around where I'm from is called taking a short, all right? So you're probably wondering how we're going to get out of all of this, how Iran can get out of all of this. And someone has to take a short. In fact, that's actually what JD Vance was saying right there. If you don't know what taking a short is, it's quite simple. You and the guy get into a little argument. He probably nudges you a little bit with his shoulder. And then you're like, chill out. And everybody's breaking it up. And you're like, man. And then you got nudged. Excuse me. So sorry, guys. You got nudged in the shoulder. That was the last act of aggression. You kind of just got to walk away. All right. So that is really what JD Vance is saying over there. But he's posturing and he's using some form of mind control propaganda nonsense. If you don't know what I'm trying to say, which is if you go into another nation and drop bunker busters, you did actually attack them. Granted, you could say your reasoning is legit reasoning. That's sort of the nuance of geopolitics, right? Some people look at it as good, bad, good, evil, right side, non-right side, developed country versus, whatever, non-developed country. That's not the lens I look at it. but just so you understand. So now you have to take it short, right? So JD was asking Iran to take that short. Okay? Iran is not taking a short. Now, Iran is asking the U.S. by doing this, let's just say there are no casualties, there's just a little bit of infrastructure damage on the base. The U.S. would be being asked to take a short, which is just go, oh, Iran, blah, 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 we're going to hit them with sanctions, but whatever. That's most likely not going to happen because although I don't think Donald Trump actually he's fond of war, I have a whole other theory about that. I don't think he can afford, based on how much posturing he's done, to let this one slide. Okay, so now the ball is in the United States court, our court, whether or not we're going to take a short. If we don't take a short, then you know how this whole stuff goes. All right, good talk.
So, this troglodytic, chromosomal deficient, Caucasus Mountain escapee by way of Yogurt Yeti Alley is the Vice President of the United States, JD Vance. And the look on his face is a permanent condition now because he stay ready to swallow the glizzy of Donald Trump. Well, on this day, he must have just got through swallowing the glizzy of Donald Trump because he was on Meet the Press. And you know that this country just bombed Iran. Yeah, bombed the country of Iran. Secretly, not so. But I want you to listen to what he says about being at war with Iran. Yeah, just listen. It is the stupidest thing you probably heard all weekend. Except he probably said something else right afterwards. But let's just get with the first stupid thing he said.
Is the United States now at war with Iran?
No, Kristen, we're not at war with Iran. We're at war with Iran's nuclear program. And
you could not make this up if you tried. Let me get this right. The United States dropped 14 30,000-pound bombs onto Iran. The United States fired 30 Tomahawk attack missiles into Iran from an Ohio-class nuclear sub in the Gulf of Omar. And this napkin-hued Neanderthal says we're not at war with Iran. We're only at war with Iran's nuclear program. Let me see if I have this right. So basically, you could get you an RPG, go across town, fire it into someone's home, and tell them, oh, I don't have anything against you. I'm just waging war on your refrigerator. Right? Right? I'm just going to leave this right here. I'm done. I have nothing. I have nothing. Let the gaslighting continue.
He's done every single thing y'all folks argued and said he wouldn't do. Y'all were in people's comments. Oh, he's just joking. Oh, he's just being himself. He doesn't mean it that seriously. You're being hysterical. There's no way he would. He's done every single thing that he said that he was going to do. That y'all said that he wouldn't. That lady, last November, tried to
This
tell you.
video, sincerely speaking, racism is something that is very expensive. Some do not understand it. Like that brother said, why is it that when these people do something, it's all like, everybody claps, they are okay with it. But when it's someone that look like me or any other kind of person, it becomes a problem. And that is how it's been since the beginning of this very moment. Because tell me how some people woke up and said that they are electing someone with how many felonies? 30 something. 30 something. And then mistakenly a black person does a tiny or minor something. You are actually like what they describe, the stereotype and all that. That is how hypocritical they are. Hypocrites all over. That's one of the reasons why I don't even care about them anymore. Because why do I have to? If it is not them, it is not other people. That is how this racism has eaten so deep into their bloodstream that there is no, I don't know if there will be any saving grace or anything anymore, but we've seen it the way it is. We just have to continue to scream and talk and all that. It was okay for United States to go and do what they did to Iran. After doing that to Iran, right? Then Iran said, we are going to do something too back to you. And they started threatening them, trying to tell you, we are going to silence you. You can't say anything. You can't do anything. And then I thought they were not scared. Then why did they become very scared? All of a sudden started calling China to tell them not to close the Hormuz. Like, why were you people that scared? What do you produce as United States? Literally all companies are not in United States, outside of United States. You are not even, sometimes the thing is, I want you to know that I'm not clamoring for anything or war, and that is not the point. But what I am saying is that they are so used to coming at people for no reason. They come to you, they poke you, and then expect you to not say anything. It's just like being a child and at the same time telling a child, shut up, don't cry, don't cry. You already need to repent. And repentance is far away from them. Repentant, and you see all those ones that those ones praying and speaking, like, shut the hell up. You don't even know what you're saying. You don't even have the Spirit of the Lord in you. You don't even know God. Because if you know God, first of all, you are going to start with that person you call the president that has been poking and doing so many horrible things under the disguise of presidency. You all really suck. Shut the hell up with that your Christianity thing, because you all do not know anything about Christianity. If you know Christianity, majority of the things you all do will not be happening. Will not be happening. Because just leave these people. Bye for now.